Good morning, everyone. On a beautiful morning in London, we are supposed to be going live with a very good friend of mine, all the way from India, who is a property developer in India, in one of the largest cities. Morning, Fresh Prince. Hope all's well. So Josefa Noble from Crystal Glazing has joined us. Let's take him on. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's afternoon here.
Good afternoon. Sorry.
So where are you going? You're going for a walk?
I'm outside the house because I've been kicked out. Obviously,
Is it?
it's Saturday. It's Saturday today, and there's madrasa going on.
Right,
So one kid
right,
is in
right.
one room, one of the other kid is in my room, and then
So there's no space
obviously
for you.
there's no space for me. So I thought I'll just leave the house, go out for a nice fresh walk.
It
It's
looks it
beautiful
look
out here.
it
Look,
yeah, it looks like a sunny day.
yeah, it's good. How's life?
Yeah, it's good. Routine going
Thanks
on.
for thanks for joining in today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you
I
very
know
much for this virtual
you're
meet.
you're a busy man, one of the biggest property developers. So
Luckily you
you're in Pune, right?
right,
Pune.
right. So yeah, Pune.
Pune is the second largest city of India.
It's not a second largest city, but it's a main IT hub.
Okay,
After Bangalore and Hyderabad,
okay.
Pune is supposed to be the IT hub of Maharashtra in India.
So is the third
So
largest IT hub, if you want to put it in
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
prospect.
yeah. So there are a lot of MNCs which
Okay,
prefers to come in Pune,
okay,
and Pune is basically it's a very cosmopolitan society.
okay,
So it attracts all people from all over India to Pune
okay.
because of the lifestyle and yeah, it's a good city, to
Good
be
stuff.
and and it's very green, it's
I
very
can
green
see it.
as per as
I've seen some of your live feeds about the rain and everything. It's pretty good to see that.
yeah, yeah. So that's my view out of my. This is a forest,
Wow,
so
that's your
it's
view
just
out of
forest
your
space.
room.
Yeah, yeah. That's out of my room. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So I can kind of compete with you. I've got a bit of a forest at the back also. So it's
Right, right.
um.
So how
So
how
before
have
we
you
start,
been? How have
so
you
far
been?
so good. Ramadan is going well. Can't feel it
Yeah,
much
yeah.
because of the lockdown and everything.
Right,
Um,
right.
but
So when
it's good. It's
so when is the market and everything going to be normalized
I
as
mean, we've heard from the PM last week that they're going to announce some lockdown exit plans this
right,
week,
right.
this coming week, Monday.
Right. It's
So
going to be
let's see.
very it's
But
yeah, it's going to be a tough time, to revive the whole markets and
I
everything
mean,
back to normal.
we're going to see a new normal, right? It's not going to be
Right,
normal.
right, right, right.
That's what I've been told by everyone.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It, it's
I
it's a,
mean,
it's a new word. It's a new word, new normal, huh?
yeah, I
So
mean the
so
restaurant
there's
tables. I've heard that the restaurant tables and everything are going to be set 2 meters apart. And I was
yeah,
discussing with one of my clients yesterday, and he was like, "How are you going to go on a date with your girlfriend
yeah. I've also heard there will be a glass partitions in between.
between the tables?"
Yeah, between the table, it will be like a cubicle sort of a thing.
Good stuff. Good stuff. How's the fasting going for you? Is it hot out there?
Not really. You've not been out, so you're at home only in the AC, so you don't feel the heat.
Good stuff. And work-wise, everything is shut. I mean, nothing is going
Everything,
on, right?
total, total. So we are
I
in.
mean,
So right now, India.
India has
So
got a
yeah,
stricter lockdown than the UK.
very yes, yes. So India has been in the lockdown for the third time now. So we were supposed to open up the markets on 3rd May. So it has been extended up to 17 May now.
Wow.
So, but yeah, so but now they have, they have some, some shops and some, they have the guidelines. So
Okay.
certain parts would be open, but they have, categorized the those places in, three colors like red, orange, and yellow.
Okay. So what does that
Sorry,
represent?
red, orange, and green.
So what does that
So,
represent? Like in
so,
terms of red
so
would be
yeah,
where
red
you
would be
can't
there
go.
are no, you can't go. There are some restrictions.
Okay.
But red zone is like, there are a lot of, cases here. The
Okay.
orange is like, is like in medium
Mild
and
cases.
mild cases, yeah. And the green ones are like they don't have any cases as yet. So those places would get open.
Okay.
But still they have around 30 to 50% of your staff can, you can they can come on work. So they have made some, guidelines to be followed. But
Good stuff.
that is how, yeah. So by 17 in our city, Pune is closed down by up to 17.
But they will open up everything by the 17th, or no, they will go
No, no,
gradually, like you said.
it will be a gradual process. It will be a gradual process, yeah.
Okay. Good stuff.
Because as far, India has contained, a lot of cases, and it's been so good.
I mean, the amount of cases that are coming out of India, Pakistan, or all the third world developing countries, there have not been much cases. Most
No,
of the
no, they are
cases
not
have
there.
been
Yeah.
from the Western developed countries,
From the
first world
developed.
countries. It's weird. It's weird to understand
So
that,
they
but
call it's a disease of elite.
yeah. Disease of the elite. I like that one. I like that. I'm going to use that next time. So before we get the conversation going, I just want to tell everyone, I want you to tell everyone who you are, what you do.
Right, right.
So if you can just give a bit of background about yourself.
Right, right. So basically, we are a family-run business. Uh, our business name is called Nobles Group. So we are divided into two parts. We have got two verticals. So
Okay.
one is we do the real estate. So
Okay.
we acquire land, we develop, and we sell. So the complete process is done by us.
Okay.
And another vertical we have is we are into glazing. So we
Okay.
are into fabrication of exterior glass facades. We are
Yep.
into windows and we are into exterior wall claddings. So that is the contracting business of us. So that is how
Contracting
we are
business
divided.
meaning someone hires you and then you go and
Yeah, so we
you
work
don't
for
manufacture
no,
the windows and
we do manufacture.
okay. All
So
right.
yeah, we are the contract. So we work for builders, developers, then for we do bungalow projects, we do villas, we do hospitality industries, we do IT
Okay.
parks, we do
Okay.
commercial projects.
So
So
it's all covered
we do,
basically.
yeah, yeah, we do
So
high-rise
you could
buildings.
you if someone wanted their IT park or something built,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
can
we can do
do
that.
that
Yes, yes, yes.
also, and then you
So
can also
so we work close with the architects and the consultants for the
yep.
project. So we understand their design, their concept, and we make it
Okay.
happen. So we do the fabrication of those, the facade and all. So we have a factory of 6,000 square feet. So that is where we do the assembling and the manufacturing part of it.
Good stuff.
Right,
Now, just to have a bit of background about you, we met when you were in London. You had come here as a
right,
student.
right,
You were studying
right.
over here. You were doing part-time job and everything. Can you just take me through that whole career path of yours that when you were at school or college at university, did you always think that you wanted to join your father's business or you had other aspirations in mind? Hello? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Josefa? Yep, can you hear me? Hello? Yep, yep, yep. I can see you now. You're pixelated a bit, but it's fine.
Yeah.
All good. So we
Yes.
were talking about your journey. Did you always think that you wanted to come back to your family business, or you
Yeah.
had other
Yes. Yes.
other values, or you wanted to start something yourself? Just take me through that.
No, it was always like joining back the family business. But when I came back from the UK, so that is when I started the glazing company of mine.
Okay.
So there was this idea with dad. So he wanted to, venture into the contracting side of business.
Okay.
And this, the glass industry at that time was getting onto another level altogether.
Okay.
So there were
Okay.
lots of, commercial projects coming, a lot of IT projects going on.
Yep.
So that was back in 2006, 7. So
Okay.
that is, when we started formally with the company and all. So we still have our real
Property
estate
development.
business.
Yep.
Yes, that still we do that. But this
Okay.
is, this was diversification, from that, industry of ours.
Okay. And I mean, when you just to understand a bit of your UK experience, what is that you found different that people do in the UK in terms of career paths, or and what is different that people do in India? If you can just take me through that.
So, when I
The
was in
thought
UK, so
process,
I
or
learned,
or the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
because you're coming from a developing country to a developed country. So just to
right,
understand
right.
that point.
So what I found in UK, I
Yep.
found because I used to work in Tesco's at
Yep.
that time. So I worked for, more than a year
Okay.
at that point.
Okay.
So what I learned the corporate, the system with
Oh,
Tesco,
okay.
because we had never, worked with any formal, organization before.
Okay.
So we just used to see our fathers, a family business. So
Yep.
when I came with Tesco's, I saw the corporate culture,
Yep.
So how do you, what is the ethics, how do you talk to your subordinates, or how do you talk to your senior people? And what I found in UK, that people were like very cool, There wasn't, there was your store manager,
Yep.
but he used to, control everybody in such a way that you did not feel that he was your senior, bossing you, you know.
So it
So
was
that
very
is,
calm, or like
it
a
was
very
very
calm
calm,
environment.
they knew how to, take the work from you in a very subtle way, without, without even, putting a pressure on you,
Yep.
and at the same time getting the work done.
Yep.
So that soft subtle skills what you learn from there,
Yep.
that help you, that gets, ingrained in you.
Yep.
So when you are back into your country, into your business, so that all values you have with you.
Yep.
So this is not, something which you cannot explain. It comes into you,
Yep.
it comes into you naturally by observing, people
So are you using
and the
that
culture.
skills that you learned?
Of course, yeah, of course, that helps in the overall, this thing, and the UK has given me such an experience, like, because we've always, protected in our family
Yep.
back in our country,
Yep.
because you stay with your family,
Yep.
So when you stay alone, so when you have the responsibility and everything on your own,
Yep.
so that is, how, that all values, it comes to you, and it depends upon, it turns out to be a very, helpful when you come back to your, country. It helps you in each and every, aspect of your business, and if in your life,
Good stuff.
it teaches you a lot of things. Yeah.
So now just talking about your career path in India, and when you went back and you started with your father, what was it that did you ever see a difference in the the business lifestyle of your family to the business lifestyle or the work lifestyle that you had in the UK? Was there a major difference in how things were being run on both aspects?
Uh, See, you have to, agree to something like the European countries, these are very organized organizations,
Yep.
So when you are into a family business, you have certain things which are not organized. It's just going on.
Yep. Yep.
So you get that in. So you get that into an organized way. So it takes time, because the uh, in corporate world, they have their system, they have their things in place.
Yep.
So it takes time to get all that things into your family owned business to get integrate to all that system, which take time. So you have to customize according to your industry and to your business.
But was that easy to apply?
Yeah, yeah. And right now, what has have become in India in terms of real estate business. Before, real estate business was like it was a very
Yep.
unorganized industry before. But since now
Got you.
around 10 years or so, things have become more organized because you have a lot of multinational companies coming into India. They're
Yep.
investing into India,
IT
and
companies
now
and
the
all that
government,
kind.
yeah, lot of MNCs they come into India now. So
Got you.
what has happened now that the government has laid down some compliances, some regulations now. So
And
we have this rare.
that's for the property developers of
That's
India.
for the property developers of India. Yeah.
Okay.
So we are governed and compliant by a body called RERA.
Okay.
So it's Real Estate Regulatory Authority.
Okay.
So this body, you have to keep on updating your project, your status, your sales, everything onto a online portal.
Every day,
Okay.
every month, every week.
Not every day. It's a six months process.
Okay.
In 6 months or even a year, I guess. So you have to keep on updating your status of the project.
So it's something
So
like
this ensure
submitting your accounts or something
it's
like
not
that.
accounts. It's no, it's not accounts. It's the status of the project.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
It's the status of the project. So this is in term to let public know that when did you start the project, what is the completion date of the project, and if you're not able to complete into that specific time, okay, so you can extend also, but you have to declare it that what was the reason of extension of your project.
I think that is pretty similar to how we have it here, that when real estate developers go and get plannings from local councils or local authorities,
Right,
they have to, everything has to be done at an online systematic way where they put all their
right,
applications online, and anyone, let's say
right.
me or you, and you wanted to search the
Anybody
planning,
can access, yeah.
anyone can access that.
Anybody,
They can know
anybody
when the
can access.
planning was
Exactly,
given,
exactly.
when it's going to be completed, all that kind of stuff can be given over.
Similar.
And then the
Now
council
what?
comes and checks and all that. So do you have that also, that when you are
Yes, yes,
updating,
yes, yes,
the
yes.
authority comes and checks your projects and all that kind of stuff?
So we have a corporation. So from whom they sign you the project. They give you the approval of the project. So there are they on each and every stage of the project they come and they check your plinth and all. So
Okay.
they give you the approvals on each and every stage of the project. But this RERA, when the RERA has come down, so it also has a system of when you have a sale of, say, example of 1 lakh rupee, so 70% of that amount goes to an escrow account.
Okay. Straight away.
So out of straight away, yeah.
And
So you are
who
left with
holds that escrow account? The government or the
the
lawyer
no
or?
no 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 no. It's in the bank.
Okay.
You don't you.
You
It's in
can't
the
touch it.
bank.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't touch it. Okay. Now you get 30% of that amount only towards the construction.
Got you.
Okay. And when have you made an expenditure of 1 lakh rupee, then you can claim that 70% again. So you have to keep a
You
check
have
on
to
that.
keep, that is why you have to keep
Yeah,
on
yeah,
updating so that they release the funds
exactly.
to you as it
Right, right,
goes. Okay.
right. This is because what developers used to do before. They used to get, yeah, they used to conduct the sales. Okay, they used to get the money, but the money was not getting into the project for which they used to get the money.
And they used to just eat the money.
Yeah, the money used to get it. They used to siphon the money here and there, get into another projects and all. So the project would suffer in the
And
during
obviously
the
the
period
person
of
would suffer.
Yeah, and the people who have booked the client would also get, they used to not get the project on time, the property on time. So this has come, in effect by 2017 now. So real estate has seen, a lot of,
Changes.
revol revolution, yeah, changes because we also had, demonetization in 2016.
Okay, yes, because of
So yeah,
the
yeah,
currency and everything.
yeah,
How did that affect
yes.
the real estate market? I wanted to ask you that question. How did that demonetization affect the real estate
It's
market?
still affecting. It was still
Okay.
affecting. And now, when we saw the markets, coming up good and coming up stable, and this, pandemic has happened. So again, it's gone to square one again.
So
So
basically, you've not even come out of that
yeah,
uh,
we were just
issue
getting recovered. We were just getting recovered by the whole system because, the demonetize happened, it just happened,
overnight.
and once, overnight it just happened.
Yeah,
So after that, things changed, the equation and the dynamics of the real estate business got changed. You know
yep,
what I mean,
yep.
before. So everything was, getting towards the banking, rooted towards the banking system.
Got you. Um,
So
yes, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So it was, we were like, understanding the case studies, which used to come to us,
Yep.
because when the situation changes, so you don't have the case studies with you at that moment.
And
You understand?
you can't rely on those case studies because they are.
No, you can't because it's different with different people.
Yep,
It might work with you, it might not work with me.
yep. Totally agree.
You understand?
No,
So now when we see, such case studies and the thing
hello.
just went blank.
So we were talking about the situation of how you were coming out of the
Right, right, right.
demonetization, and the pandemic sort of put that whole pressure on the real estate market again.
Yeah, so
So if you
right
can just
now,
take me through that a bit.
yeah, so right now the real estate market is getting recovered. It was sluggish before. It is still
Okay.
a bit sluggish, but it's reviving right now.
And like
So
you're in the construction and development sector. Has the construction and development stopped completely right now?
no, no,
Because
right
because
now
yeah,
because of the lockdown,
yeah,
yeah, it's completely shut down. Yeah,
it's
completely shut
completely
down.
shut down. Because over
Completely shut down.
here we have certain construction companies that can still construct
No,
and
no,
develop their properties
no, no,
without with
not now,
obviously
not now.
having the 2 meter gaps in them and
No, no.
and
So
and
yeah, so that's what they want to do right now. That's what they want to do. So when they have the red zones after like 3rd May, so they want to start, private projects, because right now in the lockdown too, they initiated some of the government projects. That
okay.
were only the government projects.
So now they will
So
initiate the
they want to,
private
yes, yes,
projects.
yes, yes. So they want to, initiate the private projects from the 3rd of May. So again, they have, their regulations and the rules for that.
Okay. Now,
But that, yeah,
yep, in terms of the
yes, yes.
market, where do you see it going? I mean, just to have an idea for someone, let's say they want to invest in India right now, or they want to invest in one of your projects or something. What is the return that someone would get on investment at a development stage, and what is the return that someone would get as an investor into your apartments, for example? Let's say they buy a one bedroom apartment, you know.
See, now what we
But
see,
first, let's speak
see,
about the development stage. If someone comes as as a investor into your development, what's the return that they get? And then once they buy the apartment in your development, what's the return on that?
Murtaza, this, the definition of how much they get, it's
Yep,
very subjective,
yep,
okay? And it
yep,
depends upon the developer, upon the project, the location of the project, it
yep,
depends upon, multiple factors, it depends on. It's there isn't something like a thumb rule for it, you know,
yep,
when an investor has to come on the initial stage, So right now, see, as you know that our community, we don't borrow money from the bank,
yep.
right? So right now, the rate of interest in India, getting the money for the construction business is also getting very tough, because there are a lot of
Okay.
scams which have there are a lot of scams which have happened previously right now. So there are a
Yep.
lot of big banks shut down. So the RBI has reduced to give out the money to the lenders right now.
Okay.
So what has happened that the money is not coming into the real estate market as of now. You know, the banks have become very hesitate to lend money to the
So
developers.
are you relying heavily on foreign investment or local investors to fund your
No, no.
project?
See, if I talk about my projects right now, which are ongoing projects, so
Yep.
we are more on the we are more dependent upon the localization, or the local market,
Okay.
the local
Okay.
demand of the project. Okay,
Okay.
so we as a developer, we have always have a strategy. Like my father, he always had a strategy of buying the properties which were like main road touch. We call it the
Okay.
main road project.
Okay.
So we sell our project on the locality,
Okay.
rather than the brand value, we sell it on the locality.
Okay. So for you, the location is key,
The
basically.
location is very important, yeah. So
Okay.
if you see our basket of projects which are going on, so we have all the projects on a strategic location.
How many projects do
So
you have right now that are being
so
constructed
right
or
so right now we are having around 2,000 square feet of residency project which is ongoing right now,
okay.
and we were about to deliver it by 2020 December. But
Okay.
I'm afraid, we are not able to do that anymore. So that will, be
So
extended to the next year.
how has that affected you in terms of the delivery rate? And when do you
See,
think you'll be able to
it
deliver
affected,
it?
on the overall cycle, you
Yep.
know. So what happens that when we sell the project, so we get the money from the buyers on the different stage of the construction,
Yep.
right? So for and all those stage of construction, the buyer has to see all these properties are mortgaged to the bank by the
Okay.
clients of ours,
Yep.
right? So when we hit that stage of construction, so we give a demand to the client that please give us
Certain
the
amount.
demand certain amount which we have demanded. Now
Yep.
that demand letter goes to the bank,
Okay.
right? Now that
Got you.
whole system right now is been on hold. So since 2 months now, there is zero revenue which is coming.
Wow.
You
Wow.
understand?
It
So that
is.
is how. So that is which has gone by the company size of ours. So there are plenty of big, huge companies, construction companies in Pune
And
and all
all
over
their
India. So
revenues has gone
everybody
to
has
zero.
affected to zero. So RBI has also given certain relaxation in terms of the payment of the interest, and also they've all extended up to June for the clients, and for people who take up the capital from the banking sector. But still, we are seeing a very difficult times ahead, and let's see. We hope for the best. How the things shapes up, because it will all depend. With the days, which will go ahead. We'll see how the things get improved.
So, in terms of your development, the property development that you're doing, do you think with all this, once the lockdown is relaxed and everything, instead of delivering the project in December 2020, do you think it's gone a year forward or 6 months forward from
Of
there?
course, no. Because what has happened? See, the real estate is all dependent on the labor.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what has happened that due to the pandemic, these laborers, they come in from different parts of India, so they're immigrants
Yep.
in the city.
Yep.
So while this pandemic
Yep.
happened, these people got they got afraid, they got that high, the sentiments got the thing shaken. So these people started going back to their villages.
And
By getting
they've
them,
all gone back to
they've
their
all
city.
scattered now. They've all scattered. They've all scattered now. So the contractor whom we have, given the project, they don't have the manpower right now.
Hmm.
So what we'll see after the lockdown gets lifted, we see the slow, pace of work which will go on.
And
So
then
the
obviously
shifting will be very less.
that will affect the
The
contractor, the
overall,
laborers. That's
yeah,
going to affect everyone,
everything,
all of us.
everything, everything, everyone.
And do you
It's
think the
affecting
market,
everyone.
the property market has gone down by what, 20%, 30% right now? As a foreign investor, if someone wanted to come in right now and invest in your project, do you think
See,
you would
see
take a hit?
so that's what I was saying, Murtaza. See, so you don't see a residential project as an investment
Yep.
because due to the compliances right now in India, which they have laid, for the properties and all. So there are a lot of correction in the market, which 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 were there earlier.
Okay.
So now that correction has led to a thing that real estate in terms of residential is only for staying, for occupying. It's not an
As an
investment kind of a
investment.
thing. It's
Got
not
you.
an investment.
Okay.
So because right now India has tremendous demand of people who wants to buy home.
So
Right now we
meaning every most of the property developers in India are currently building projects for end users, not for
for end
investors.
user. We
Okay.
cannot build for now the investor thing. That's what I said. The dynamics have changed in the real estate now
Okay.
in India.
Got you. All right.
So right now, as a developer, we need somebody who wants to occupy the house because that is when we get the good the pricing. Because investor
We
when he
have
pays,
we sort of have the same thing here also. Like when a developer goes and builds a project, around 30% of that project he has to give it back to as social housing or affordable housing,
yeah,
for
yeah,
people
yeah.
who are government workers,
So
or
so we
even.
so we have yeah, exactly. So we have the similar thing right now. So there is a new governing body in Pune which is called PMRDA. So they have this
Okay.
thing that you have to give a certain piece of land, make
Okay.
you have to build it and give it to the housing
Give
society.
it back to the housing society. Okay. And then they can
So
house
they will
whoever they
allot.
want in there.
Yeah, they will allot them. We just have to give that certain percentage of the land. We have to build it and give back.
Got you. All right. Super. Well, I mean,
Yes.
that was an amazing insight in terms of how things are moving in the real estate market in India and what's the similarity between the Western or the UK property market and the Indian property market. It was good to know all these points, and especially, I mean, the viewers may be interested also. Um, what are you doing, or we've already spoken about this, but what are you going to be doing? What is your marketing strategy going to be like post lockdown? How are you going to market your projects?
See now, as you know, that things have changed. The marketing system has changed now. So more you will see things coming online.
Yep,
So there will be a lot of use of social media, and
yep.
for that I need to you are doing a commendable job in
Thank you.
terms of using the social media in a very effective manner. I've
Absolutely.
seen your post, I've seen your properties getting very organized. You make that catalog kind of thing
Yep,
for each and every property,
yep,
which is like self-explanatory.
yep.
So that thing I've learned a lot, and and that same thing I've shown to my the marketing team as well. We have to do something like this.
One thing also I should tell you, one thing also I should tell you, obviously Pune being one of the IT hubs, you should also, as a property developer, get virtual reality property tours into
Right,
your
right.
marketing. Where they put those glasses on in front of
Yeah, yeah.
you, and let's say
VR, they call it VR, right?
VR, exactly.
Virtual
I
reality.
mean,
Yeah.
they can any investor, buyer, anyone can come into your marketing office, and obviously your construction is delayed. You can put those glasses on, and you can exactly show them where your kitchen's going to be, how your floor is going to be laid
So,
out, where your
so what,
bathroom's going
what,
to.
what, so what we have done right now, Murtaza, that we
Yep,
have, segregated our, the departments. So right now, the ongoing projects what we have right now, so we don't conduct the sales anymore now.
Okay.
So we have given away the project
To a
to the
broker.
consultant, to a consultant.
Okay.
Yeah, so uh, yeah, they can call there as a broker,
Okay.
but we have given them the project, so they build the project. Okay, so we give it's they are not brokers basically. They are
Ah, okay. You've given it to another
the
development
management.
company to. Okay.
No,
Fine. Got
they are not a development company as well. They operate and manage your site,
construction. Okay. Got you.
the construction activities. So the
Okay.
money comes into the in the account. So they they decide who which vendor to give the payments, sales, and so they manage the complete top to bottom.
Okay.
So right now certain projects
So
are
they
burning
are
out of
so they are basically a more
they are
enhanced type of contractor.
right. So the contractors and everything are they under them.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
we
a
just
that's a
have
good strategy you've applied.
yeah. So that is the strategy what we have applied right now. So that makes our things more organized. So we know that in down say 6 months, a year, what the size of the project, because it all depends, because it's very difficult for us to borrow the money. We are not allowed to borrow the money from the bank, as you know.
Yep.
So we keep on coming it with the new strategies, where we can be in the business and at the same time
Be in the
uh,
competition.
be in the competition, do the timely delivery, because right now the main task is the timely delivery, which is a very important thing.
But obviously, everyone understands as the end user or it be an investor during these current times. I'm sure they understand that it's not up to the developer to do anything. They can't do any.
Yeah,
So,
but this is sort of a it's a natural calamity.
yep,
So as a broker, as a developer, that we have all the what you say, all included into our agreements in the
yep,
contracts.
exactly. I mean, these are natural
Yeah.
causes, right? You
This
can't you
this is
can't
this is
help
this
it.
is natural calamity.
Yep,
What you can do, in this type kind of circumstances.
super. And why should I, as an investor, final question, why should I, as an investor, come to India to invest? If you can just take me through those steps,
See,
or just a final piece of advice.
India is an emerging market. Okay, you have today today the current government which is there in the power. Okay, they have got a lot of things organized. Okay, they have got a lot of schemes. They have got a lot of compliances, which we thought in the beginning, like it was like difficult. Why they are doing all these things, but down the line, these all things will help you to become more organized into the industry. There are a
Gotcha.
lot of MNCs coming into India, because in India you have people with good amount of literacy.
Yep.
Okay, it's an English speaking
Country.
population,
Yep. Yep.
right? You have young generation.
Yep.
There's young generation right now. There are, like they say, I think 70-80% people are young, like
Yep.
under the bracket of 30 to 40 years.
Wow.
So India is a young India at the moment. So there are a lot of MNCs, a lot of international people. They get attracted to the to the country. Yeah,
And you think that's one of the reasons that someone
that
should.
is one of the reason. And the real estate market has not, I would say it's not the ball has just started rolling.
Got you.
You will. There are a lot of you see, when you just see, you just scroll some projects in India, you will find there are big architects doing marvelous
I
projects right
mean, I
now,
mean, world
which are all
famous
international,
architects.
world famous architects, all Indian architects. They are doing projects in India which is like at par with the international standards and all.
Got you.
So yeah,
So there
so
are there plans in the Indian government to make smart cities and all that kind of stuff?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Already they've laid the plans for smart cities. We have metro projects going on the war footing, speed. But due to the COVID, everything got stopped,
Yep.
halt. But if you see Bombay has dug out everything. Bombay is under a massive, what we
Construction.
say, reconstruction. Yeah, it will become a London.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Well, I look forward to seeing that London in India. But
very
it
soon, very
was
soon, very
it
soon.
was amazing to
It was a pleasure
host
talking to
you
you, Murtaza.
and knowing about and obviously sharing this knowledge with people. I mean, obviously this video is going to be live for the next 24 hours on my profile, and also it
Right,
will be on my profile because I'm going to post some highlights of it. So it'll be great knowledge for people who want to, in the western side of the world, want to know about the Indian real estate market. Although we've just spoken about Pune and such, but on a general, I think that when it comes to any city in any country, it sort of branches out from the major city, and the major city being Bombay, right? And obviously
Bombay,
you're
right,
following the
right.
same rules and regulations that they
So
are
the
holding in
next
their country. you
exactly.
know
So the next big metro near Pune is Bombay.
Okay, great stuff.
Right,
But
right.
thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very
Appreciate your
much
time.
for hosting me. Thank you very much for hosting me,
Not a
and you
problem.
have been a very kind host, I
Thank you
must
so
say.
much. Take care, and I'll speak to
Okay,
you soon.
regards to everybody at home. Yeah,
Same,
yeah,
same, same to you.
yeah. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Bye. So that was Josefa Noble from Crystal Glazing. And guys, if you want to hear more about why you should invest in India or what the Indian real estate market is currently going through in terms of development, in terms of investment, do check out this live feed that I've put on here. It's really, really informational to know about. I mean, I spoke to an agent up in the US. I've spoken to now a property developer in India. It's good to have this knowledge shared, and I think it's great. So, thank you so much to all the viewers that tuned in. And if you need any information about the Indian real estate market, do let me know, and I'll put you in touch with my very good friend Josefa Noble, who looks after that part in India. So, thank you so much. Have a great day. I'll enjoy the sunshine today. No more live sessions for the day, but it's good to do these on a constant basis. Tomorrow, I've got another one with my good friend Ali, who is going to take us through the next steps of setting up your account on Amazon. So do tune in and check that out. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and have a great day. Bye bye.